Hey everyone, it's Jennifer Roberts here, and I am the Pod Queen. I have a guest. Hi. This is my daughter, Sydney Roberts. And you guys, we listened to you. We asked you what you wanted us to talk about, and you said relationships. That was one of the big things that you want to hear about. And so we're going to talk about relationships. What do you think, Sid?
I like it.
We're going to talk about boys. Maybe one boy in particular. No. So this is what we're going to do today. I wanted to have Sydney on and talk with her about the fact that she has a boyfriend for the first time, and you're 21.
21.
And let's talk about that. Like, what's happening in your heart? Do you feel scared? Is this what you thought it would be? Has it met your expectations? Just all of that.
Okay. First off, dating is crazy. It's super exciting and awesome, but also super terrifying. Because one thing that I've always heard, and I've had my mom and other really strong couples around me as a representation, and telling me oh, when you start dating, it's almost like a greater look into your own heart as well. And I was like, yeah. But now I'm like, oh my gosh. And so that's been fun and terrifying all at the same time. To just kind of you're being vulnerable with someone that you really think is amazing, and then all of a sudden you're questioning everything on the inside, is this right? Is this wrong? Is this, and you're trying to figure it out. And so I'm thankful because I consider myself a mildly mature human being.
Really mature. She's my daughter, people.
Pretty healthy. But it's been really interesting just seeing even where my heart is comfortable with things and where I'm not comfortable, and what I like and dislike, and so that's kind of been a eye-opening thing, but it's not scary to the point where I would want to back off. Does that make sense?
Right. It does make sense. And I mean, I'm glad that you waited this long before having your first boyfriend, because you're a little more set in who you are. Mm-hmm. You have a little more of a foundation.
Yeah.
And so now you feel, tell me if I'm putting words in your mouth, now you feel more ready to be vulnerable.
Yeah. No, totally. And I think even me and him were talking this morning about just the power of knowing who you are in a relationship. Because I've had a lot of friends who have no idea who they are. They just always start dating. Mm-hmm. And then when they're not dating, they have really unhealthy codependent relationships because they don't know who they are.
Right.
And so I think that is super key to actually understand who you are. And it's also even key, it's helpful for the other person. You can't actually love the other person and be there for them if you don't know who you are.
Right, And so here we are, you're 21, you're kind of in this relationship. So what? You're in a relationship. Okay, maybe I'm having a hard time facing it. I'm just going to talk to this camera. Jennifer, your daughter is dating. Wow. Okay, wake up. All right, back to you people. So tell the people that are watching, what tips do you have? If it's a good time for them. Now, I'm not talking to 13-year-olds who are looking for a little crush. Right. It's a good season of their life. They're ready to go on a deeper journey in a relationship. What would be a piece of advice?
I think to know your value.
It's
to
good.
Know that you're really valuable and that you deserve, I don't care who you are, what past you have, whatever girl, you are a princess. The Lord made you to be a princess, and don't settle for anything less. And to set high standards. Yeah. And so even in just what me and Jesus, Lord, did, we made a list of commitments and boundaries, and we're not willing to budge on those. So
that's good.
And it helps because if you're in a car and all of a sudden you're driving at 50, it's harder to slow down as if you're at 10. And so I don't want to get to a level of 50 and realize, oh, I'm way too deep in this, and try to slow down when I could be at a 10 and be like, oh, okay, I'm good with this. So just creating boundaries and being super clear. I think that's one of the main things that breaks up relationships and messes up relationships is not clear communication. And even if it seems brutal at the moment, it's really helpful and healthy and freeing in the end. So those are my 3 tips.
I love her. That's good. No, what you said, Sydney, about knowing your value, I think that is absolutely critical.
Yeah.
Because if a young woman doesn't know her value, she's trying to get her value from someone else.
Yeah.
And ultimately our value comes from the Lord.
Totally.
And then from that place of being full, from that place of being whole in Him, then you actually start out in a healthy place in a relationship.
Yeah.
So that's what the Pod Queen thinks, and her sidekick / daughter, Sydney.